Greetings metal community, it's Roger back with another video collection update. I do have a massive... no, I don't. I do have 6 CDs here to show and 1 book. And a t-shirt as well. Wasn't planning on shooting a video today, but I got this legendary band into the mail today. The new album by the Chasm, called The Scars of a Lost Reflective Shadow. So I just wanted to share that with you. I've listened to this on the phone for a while, you know, Bandcamp. This is originally released on the Luxi from Mundis Productions. The CD is licensed to Vic Records here in Europe. There's also a tape edition out, but I don't know who released that one. As I said, this is the new Chasm album. Yeah, legendary band, don't need to say much about them. They sound just as you want them to sound. Turn it up a little bit more. A little bit cleaner production in a way this time, and I think that's great because some of the albums have kind of been a little bit too murky in a way. Got a bunch of these stickers as well together with it, and I also bought the t-shirt because I don't have any the Chasm t-shirts in my collection. This is the back side. I think it's fucking awesome. Yeah, I don't know who drew this, but it almost looks like Writhing, but I don't know. That's just a... if you know, let me know in the comments who drew that t-shirt artwork. Yeah, as I said, Chasm legendary. They haven't changed style since the early days. I do have all their albums except from the second and third albums. They are fucking expensive, so I hope now with the collaboration with Vic Records that we might get some more reissues of the Chasm, because that's needed. I said, a great album. Sounds like they always have. It is death metal, but it has a lot of thrash in it and a lot of cool riffs. It's kind of headbanging stuff for me, I would say. So if you haven't heard this new album, I will of course link it up below, so you can go and check it out. The second one I have got in mail, this was directly from the band In Pain. The Thing from the Grave. And when you see the cover you think Swedish sounding HM2 death metal. Yeah, they are from Sweden. And they sound apart as well. Pretty great stuff. They don't have that very sharp HM2, a little bit more heavy HM2 sound, which I prefer. I don't like it when it gets too sharp because the riffs kind of drown in that. Often great songs. They do have some different types of riff in here than you normally would get from a Swedish old school sounding band, so that's a plus for this band in my book. I'm not collecting a lot of this type of HM2 death metal because I have a ton of it from before, so I don't need it, but a great artwork on this as well. You know, the previous album also have a killer artwork, so this is you know, Mark G music for sure. Great album, so go and check it out if you like that stuff. Then we are going to Australia, Melbourne. New album from Writhing, came out this year, Everlasting Spew Records. The title is Of Earth and Flesh. This is what I call modern death metal. You know, my first initial thoughts was kind of more the later Sinister albums, especially the vocals are kind towards what Odd does in Sinister. But these guys have some technical and some progressive elements. Also on the second song, for example, there are like 30-minute Death Doom parts, so they change it up quite a lot. It's a short album, it's only 28 minutes, and that's kind of one of the thing that I would kind of they could have they released a EP, 2-track EP 2020. They could have added those tracks in here just like bonus to fill it up a little bit, but it's an excellent album. I really like this album. I've returned to this several times already, and it's just killer stuff. As I said, they do have the progressive elements are kind of more towards ulcerate, so it is brutal, but it's very kind of floating, very cool, and incorporating that with some technical great leads on there, and also the drumming. He doesn't kill it with overblasting. So overall, this is a killer album, and if you haven't heard Writhing, I will of course link it up below so you can check it out. But great death metal if you're into that. If you're not so much into the old murky, old dirty stuff, filthy, horrible. Then I bought this album mostly because of the cover, because he has a face in his ass. I thought that was hilarious. Blasphemous death metal in a way. Kind of a lot of this medieval arts and religious imagery. I think they're from the States, but I'm not gonna say that out loud. I missed on Seep last time. I said they were from England, but as Anthony over the Metal Miners company said to me that it was not even close. So everybody knows that Seep are from US, but it's good when people tell me when I'm wrong. Yeah, as I said, a little bit kind of evil occult black and death metal, not very fast, mid-tempo, pretty cool stuff, but I haven't listened to this enough yet. As I said, it was cheap, it's an EP, and it was cheap on Everlasting Spew, or it's Iron Bonehead who released it, but I got it through Everlasting Spew. And we have a personal record release. This is the new EP from Sepulchral Curse. Sepulchral Curse. A tongue twister for me. Very cool CD. Yeah, personal records do have a lot of cool stuff. I have to fold out the cover because it's a coffin. Yeah, the title of this is Deathbed Sessions. This is actually, I'm a little bit torn about this because the great stuff here is excellent, but there are some kind of more Gothenburgy death metal, melodic death metal. I'm not a big fan of that, so it kind of destroys sometimes destroys the dynamic of the songs. But it's very good. But and if you like Gothenburg melodic death metal, you will probably love it. Of course, Finnish death metal, you have the deep Finnish vocals. So it's kind of a little bit torn on this, but the great stuff, as I said, is damn good. So it might be worth checking out. Then last CD is from the Philippines, Nullification. And this is also on personal records. Great old school sounding death metal, US style, I would say. At least the first song here is very old Morbid Angel. The vocals as well is kind of a little bit towards that, not totally, but it reminds me of him. But it's it's all the old bands, Asphyx, Pestilence. You get Malevolent Creation. You get a lot of influences that you can hear on this album, but it's done very well. Production is very good, kind of sounds a bit old, so great stuff. I've played this a lot, and do check Nullification out. Kingdoms of Hovel. I don't know if the title show doesn't matter. I'll link it up below so you can check it out. And then a book, and you know, it's a book of goats. Came with a lot of extra artwork. Possessed, and a poster of the cover of the book. This is the kind of the Metalhead Book of Goats. It's called, you know, just a lot of cool imageries, and we have to start over the CD again. Yeah, as I said, a lot of cool pictures and kind of a little bit like, yeah, I don't know, history about them or what they are taken out of inspirationally. It's a ton of cool pictures in there. For the most part, it's pictures and just some few notes. Kind of liner notes to what it is, and it's also has a cool kind of in the back you have a long list of heavy metal goat albums. You have also heavy metal goats names, band names as well. If I can find that one, yeah. Heavy metal goat bands, so there's quite a few of them listed here. So yeah, just a fun, cool thing to have in the collection. I like books, so fine to look in when you listen to music. So yeah, as I said, links will be below. Thanks as always for watching and commenting and subscribing. Vi kjøst!